Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, can anyone know him? Who is he? Shah, right? Yes, founder and CTO of HubSpot, right? Not related to me anyway, right? But why I'm showing him here, right? So, interesting. Okay. All right. So 3 days back on LinkedIn, he has posted this. That most of the time it's a bad idea to run around with a new technology looking for a problem to solve. Now, if you people are from the tech background, it's always we always feel that the sense that let's use this technology, or the new technology has arrived, let's use that, let's try to do that, and let's try to find a problem and solve our problem using that, right? But like him, I also believe the same thing, that using the new technology for existing problem every time because the technology is emerging, it is trending, it is not a right idea, right? But till now I was believing that, till now he was believing in that, until we got the introduction of AI. So that's what he has written after that. So this is not the time that we have to think about that. This is not the time that we have to think that okay, it is a new technology and we should not do that. Earlier, yes, it was true, but with AI it is not. But if you are not using AI in your company right now, you are missing so many things, right? So, and that's what I believe also. That's what I think he believes. He has started his own AI agents. So here what we are going to do, that I am going to explain you that how you can use or leverage AI existing tools to automate your business processes, right? So good afternoon, everyone. Once again, my name is Rohan Shah. I am CEO of Novumlogic. I have started my journey from an e-commerce startup in 2014, which is called WowMe. It's an e-commerce mobile application. We have got in competition with Amazon and Flipkart, and we could not find with the big sharks. So again, we shut it down after 2 years. But using that experience, we understood that what are the gaps are, what are the things that if someone would have advised us at that time, probably the situation would have been different. So considering that, we have started Novumlogic. Me and my partners, we have started Novumlogic, which is an IT consulting firm, right? Now what we are going to do today, yes, everyone understood that what we're going to do is understand that how we can automate our process. Perfect. But what is going to think that we're going to see, first thing is we need to understand okay, why automation is required and why AI, or how we can use the AI in that. Second thing is who and what. So that who has to do that and what they have to do that, in terms of only automation and AI, right? This is all in terms of that. The next is what we do at Novumlogic. I will just give you one example. We have done so many things, but if time persists, I will also explain the other things in the last slide. But before that, I'll just explain one example that what we did at Novumlogic, which have given us the result, which are mentioned in why, right? And last thing, that how you can do it. What I will share you the processes, that how you can start using that in your company, in your organization, even if you are starting your own startup, right? What are the things that you can do, right? And the closing statement, I'll just summarize the things. So okay, I'm going pretty fast, I would say. All right, so moving ahead, why automation is required and why AI is requirement. Anyone? Anyone would like to say? Yes, please. Perfect, perfect. Anyone else? Yes. Right. Yes. Anyone? Sorry. Okay. Yes. Save people's time. Exactly. Right. So if I mean, it was there in the next two slides, but to summarize it, I'll just go within the next slide that what I think in terms of business, in terms of numbers, right? So but these are the correct numbers, that's not my generated numbers, right? So one thing is that businesses spend up to 40% time on repetitive tasks, right? 40%, I mean, believe yourself that if you are giving 8 hours a day, right, 40% of that is just every day you are doing the same thing, right? So that's where you can use the AI, that's where you can use the automation. Second thing is reduction of the cost, and up to the 17% addressed by the automation. So if you are spending, let's say, X amount, the 17% will be decreased, and this is after the expense of using the AI. It's not that just that you have the overall expense, you have reduced the 70% out of that. So the actual reduction is much more, just that we are using AI, we are making more expenses to use the AI, that is reduced to 17%. Next one is, again, workers spend 32% of. First thing, it is saving time, and if it is saving time, it is saving cost, right? And it's saving cost, obviously we can invest that particular amount, that particular money and time both into the business. So to summarize again, that it helps you to growth, like Rujul said, and some author said in his talk, that this generation, or probably including me, that we believe that we are the fastest, or we are the fastest growing, but how we can grow fast? Using AI. That's the only solution. Why we are fast compared to earlier generations? The answer is here, right? So now, okay, one thing also, this gentleman has asked that there is so many startups are coming at this time, so how we can differentiate ourselves, right? So there are so many things that you can differentiate, obviously, with the product that she has explained, that product quality, market share, everything. But another thing that from my experience that I have learned is that how you can cut your cost, so that cost can help you to run one more month. If I give my example, I have spent around $300 or $400 for just to buy a domain before starting a startup, right? So probably with that 25,000 probably could have given me one more month, and the situation could have been different, right? That's just an example, not saying that it's gonna work, but the saying is that, okay, you have to, the only focus that you have to do is how you can reduce the cost, obviously, other than all the steps. So who and what, I mean, who can use the AI, or who have to use the AI to automate their business processes? I see that so many people were about to start their startup. How many, if you can raise your hands, they are about to start their startup, or they have already started, right? And anyone with have existing product or existing company, existing startup? Perfect. So if I may ask any one of you that can you just tell me that how your day works, or what are the things that you feel that it goes repetitively, or that the things that you do repetitively? If any one of you, daily routine, yes, please.
Are different, right?
Yeah.
So answer them, which is a repetitive task
Yes.
to every customers.
Yes.
Yeah, and show the demo and the things like
Right.
that.
Perfect. Okay. Fine. Anyone would like to add more? If not, I'll just tell you here. Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, so I pitched one idea to the company which I previously worked for. So it's basically the HR chatbot, because HR
Yeah.
do have a lots of work apart from resolving the queries.
Yeah.
But there was one issue which we faced during the automation part, which is it's giving the general answers instead of the HR manuals that each company have.
Right.
So to automate that process, we create a solution that for each employee a new chatbot will be created, and
Okay.
it was like based on that company's uh, I can say documents,
Okay.
but it will be trained on the large LMMs.
Okay.
So it will just get those keywords from there
Right.
and divide it and store it into the company's database, and then it will kind of automate the whole process, so that it reduced the I can say 35 hours of time from the HR, because there are around 150 tickets per week.
Right.
So that part are removed completely, and that's how the automation we did for that.
Perfect. Perfect. So, irrespective of your roles, right? If you're starting a business, if you already have a business, right, or you are just thinking about to start, right? Irrespective of your role, irrespective of our expertise, there are so many things that we do repetitively for our roles and responsibility. Not saying that a marketing person should do that finance task, everything, but for each and every one, only the four that I have mentioned. But even if you are a developer, right, even if you are a developer, I mean, there are so many tools now. The cursor, I think V0 is there, right? You just can build the website applications in a day, if not in hours, right? So in marketing, let's say if anybody is from marketing, they can understand clearly that the first thing that is required is content creation, right? Everyone, I think, even if we are not in marketing department, everyone uses chat gpt just to post on LinkedIn, Twitter, or whatever, everywhere, right? So that's again a content creation, but it's not limited to posting only. It's blog post, right? Everything. If you want certain documents or articles for SEO, right, everything can be generated using that, right? The second thing is managing ad campaigns. I mean, this is very interesting. If someone is from marketing department, they will really understand this, that it has a very big impact on expenses of a company, right? The highest impact is ad campaigns, right? If you are doing a product based, obviously service has different scenarios, so you automate that, you understand that what are the things, you analyze the things using AI. Obviously Google Analytics or whatever the analytics that you are using, but they are just giving you the numbers, right? You need to understand that what is going wrong and what is going right, and to understand that, probably if we are not capable enough to do that, this automation can help us, right? And it just happens automatically. I'll just share you in next slide, right? So again, coming with the finance, budgeting, grant application. I think, see, if any one of you applied for any grants, let's say any government grants, or pitching somewhere, right? There are so many things that you have to fill out. I mean, probably you are not even aware of that thing, that these are the things that you are doing. So all these things can help you. Pitching to investors, sales, that is the example that I'm going to explain in next slide, that what we do at Novumlogic. Cold outreach, automation, email automation, cold campaigns, cold calls also possible nowadays, right? So you can do cold automation using AI. Demos and onboarding, that I think this person has explained, right? And handling the customer queries, again, this both combines that it's a support part. So there are, let's say 170 tickets the HR has got, right? It's kind of customer query. Let's understand that or consider that employees are customer. So we usually get the queries that and we have to solve. Legal work, administrative, I think that is the main important thing, because we don't understand as a developer or as a tech founder, you don't understand these two things, budgeting and legal work. And these are the most two pillars that you will get to know every day, right? The CA will call you, these are the things, where is the invoice, how these things are defined. You also want to understand what the things going back end there, so they will explain you. It will just to and fro. So these are the two things as a tech founder that it can help you. HR and hiring, again, this gentleman has said, like, you just have to feed the information, you just have to and connect AI with that. This will automatically reduce the time, the efforts. Now and again, the communication management, but now using the AI, right? So the whole focus I have mentioned is why you are doing it, save time and save cost. But you have to invest. Now you have to realize that you have to invest that time and money into the right area also. It's not that saving your time and saving your cost is going to help you to grow the business. It's like keeping your investment in bank, right? Obviously you are getting the profit, but you are not getting the profit as much as you should, right? So mind that using that or using AI is not the only solution. You have to use this, and you have to do other things also along with that. Whatever you are saving here, you have to invest, you have to resurface everything and do again, right? So please consider that. I mean, there are so many things and so many ways that you can integrate AI into your company or into your current approach or into your routine. If not this, let's say you are just starting up, there is another thing is productivity. If your own productivity can also be increased 30 to 40% a day, right? Just imagine how relaxed you would be, and the more relaxed mind, the more creative, the more efforts, and the more focused work, right? Eventually it has a very big impact, right? So let me tell you what we did, right? So just like this sir said, that getting very big inquiries, that so that's what used to happen to us at Novumlogic. So we used to get very much inquiries on LinkedIn, so many inquiries on emails also. So every day our BA, our business development executives and team would be occupied just to understand the requirement, to answer them back, to analyze, to add them to CRM, and to manage the whole sales pipeline process, right? So this is after the marketing what we did, I'm talking about, right? So what we did is we created, I mean, we just there is a way that we have created. I will explain how we built a thing which automatically understands the requirements, asks the questions, it goes level by level. So we have created as efficient as a human can do. So if the requirement is very less or very vague, it doesn't give you the direct outcome, it gives you the questions that these are the things, the questions should be automatically asked through email. So there is no human involvement in this, right? Now let's understand that if the requirement is very clear, there is a requirement doc, FRS, everything is there, then what happens next? So we created a tool that generates a automatic video, right? And that video is kind of a sales pitch, specialized for that particular industry, specialized for that particular requirement. So imagine you have a startup idea, you are just sending an email of all the requirements, that these are the things that I'm looking for, and within 24 hours you receive a customized video just for you, that these are the things that we do, these are the things that we can help you, these are the things that you can do, what will be the process, what will be the outcome, everything, every your answer will be given through a video. Everything is done automatically. So my team right now is almost free. They are just analyzing that this information which are generated is correct or not. Something is wrong with that, what are the things that we can change, right? So this is just one example. We have done so many things, but this has a very high impact on our process. I mean, imagine that you are just, I mean, as a salesperson, as a business developer, you are just sitting free, you are just looking the things. I mean, it never happens to anyone, right? People doesn't want like that, but again, right? So coming to it, this is what we do it. Now how we do it, right? How to use this AI automation. So what we did, I will just explain with my example. I mean, first thing, it doesn't happen in a day or in a week or in a month, maybe based on your idea, obviously, but it does. I mean, we have spent 4 months. The example that I have mentioned, we have spent 4 months to get to a point where we get 90 to 95% accuracy. That's what we want, right? So, and still it's improving. I'm not saying that it's fine. That's what my team is doing. It's just analyzing what are the things that has been automatic generated, and whether it is getting that hook to the customer or prospect, whether they want to get in touch with us again, right? That's where the whole business is. So feeding information is very important. I mean, it's AI, तो उसमें फिर वैसा नहीं होगा कि मतलब आलू डाला तो सोना आएगा, वो नहीं आता है. I don't know about AI, वो AGI भी नहीं कर पाएगा, right? So feeding information is very important. I mean, we have documented each and everything, each and every our customer, our customer profiles, projects, project description, FRS. We have also documented all the emails that we have communicated with the clients or before we close the clients. So we train the bot in a such a way that what we are doing, it usually does exact the same things. It understands, okay, if this kind of questions are coming, we have to answer in such a way. If this kind of things are coming, we have to answer such a way. So all this information is very, very, very requirement. And it's not that, you are going to get the answer on very first day if you are going that back, get that big, right? So please make sure that, you spend enough time on yourself first. You need to understand, okay, I'll just come to that, how you can do it, right? First thing, above all this point, I will start from the last point, that start small. I mean, what we have done, I have done when this, AI came 2 years back, we have simple thing. I have done the simple thing. It just created an subject, email subject from the email body. That's it. That was the just starting point, right? Any body that, I write, it just creates a subject for that. And that is a very tricky part. Let me tell you, if you are marketing or if you are in sales, the subject is a very tricky part, right? Whatever you write in body, the email gets open based on the subject line. So it has very big impact, but it's very minute thing. That's what you have to do. Always start a small. Don't go, अभी मैंने explain किया कि हम वीडियो बना रहे हैं तो सीधा उस पर मत जाना. Always start small, try different things, right? Try different mediums, do that. Now how you can do it? Obviously you want to start small, but how will you identify things? So first, for a week, write down your routine, write down the task that you have done that particular day. Do that for 7 days or for a week, right? And then, compare that, okay, what are the time that I spent most on? That's where you will find, okay, these are the things. Obviously the next point is whether this can be done by AI or not, and what its impact. If it has only 1% impact, please don't do it. ठीक है, सिर्फ टाइम बचाना ज़रूरी नहीं है, उसका impact भी important है. So if it has a big impact and it is obviously saving only 5% of the time, that is important, right? So do that. Just to give you an idea, okay, there is a spelling mistake there, okay. So what we have done is, we have daily stand-up meeting. I think every developer would be aware of, daily stand-up meeting. So we usually use Slack in our company communication. So we have created a bot which automatically sends the messages at the particular time. So there is no video stand-up meetings. We have, remote locations or remote people also working. So they also submit their answers. There are, few questions. The questions are also auto-generated sometimes, right? And based on that, after an hour, the reporting manager, whoever is, observing the meeting, gets an, summarized answers. That, these are the things that your company is doing. That's just one example that, we are doing. Okay. Again, managing emails, schedule meetings, content creation, customer support, social media manager, recruiting, producting, endless. There are endless things that, you can do to save your time. Again, just don't do it because AI can, solve it, right? But if it has a good impact and it can save your time and money, don't resist yourself by doing it. All right, these are the tools that we have curated. If you want some more also, I can share you that. But these are the tools that you can use. It's not required that you use or you generate or you build things. Always use if things are ready. That was the mistake that we used to do. Right? So don't do that. Use wherever and whenever possible. Right? This will eventually reduce so many time and efforts of your team, irrespective of their roles and responsibilities. Done? Okay. All right. So the statement is clear that automation isn't the future, it's the present. But the missing part is it can create your future. Right? So that's where the gap that you have to fill. Right? And how we can fill it, the process I have shared with you. All right. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. This is where you can reach me anywhere, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. It's the same ID. right? Anywhere you want to teach me. If you want some more use cases, if you have time, I know I can see hungry faces there. But I'll just share a few use cases that we have done, just for your knowledge, that maybe it can give you an idea that what you can do in your routine. So first thing that we have built, we actually had an AI hackathon in our internal team, and it was compulsory for everyone. Everyone means everyone, even HR, even the I mean the health person, everyone has to do something. So that was compulsory for everyone, that what they can do. The few products that we sorry the few products that we got out of that, one is that project manager, and the spelling was MANAIGER, manager kind of a thing. So it was built using AI. So what it did, again that portion we used in our the final product, but it used to take the requirements and divide that requirements into particular task sprints, right? And that in later that we already connected with that Jira, so it automatically goes to Jira, right? Again, imagine that spending 3-4 days and getting your head into it, and this happens only in 1 hour, right? So it's endless, as I said. One thing that our HR had a big problem is that for the first telephonic round, it was continuous back to back calling, that are you free, can we have a call, what can we have, when can we schedule a call, right? It's just that for one person, I mean 3 days 4 days just to schedule a first interview, right? That was the highest time. What we I mean in that particular hackathon, what we got is HR call automation. So the we just have to upload the resume. The we have used other tools that automatically calls to that particular person, asks the required questions. If he or she wants to reschedule, it also get back the message, right? So there is no human involvement now. We directly get the interview, that okay, these are the things, the interview that. Now that we are planning to connect it to with our ATS tool also, that everything, the email and every procedure will be followed from there only, right? It is not done yet, but we are going to do that. Another win we got is report generation. So that is again very important. As a founder or CEO, or any leadership or management level, you need to have an eye of that what are the things going in your company, and which requires immense time, again immense knowledge also. Probably I would say I don't have that kind of knowledge that I can understand all the things. So that's where AI can help you. It's kind of an AI agent which works for me personally. It helps me to ask the right questions. It helps me that what are the things I want in a company, let's say in 5 years, 10 years, and how these are things that going to help me. So it also generates the reports that these are the things that your company should do again. But all these things should require data, right? You have to feed right data, otherwise it can just take you anywhere, like mental health, yes said, right? If you are even not mental, you can be a mental. Right. So another thing, again with the HR part, just last example, HR used to get very, I mean so many messages every day, that what is the policy for this particular thing, do we have leave, or people used to check an mobile application, that what is our leave calendar and all the stuffs. What we have done is filled all the information, created a Slack chat bot. I mean not that very big thing that we have done, but again with our communication tool, just you ask the question to particular bot and you get an answer right there, no human involvement again. It's like see, there is no productive hours. Let's say particularly if I talk about this use case, HR usually have the answers in mind, but when you are doing something, you are spending and you're doing some focused work, what happens is that you get a passage, you get a ping, and as a HR it's your responsibility that answer, right? And that breaks your focus, that breaks your the routine that you used to do it, that eventually impacts the other task that you are doing. You feel that I have spent 3 hours, but actually the 3 hours impact has been 6 hours, because the other thing that used to be done in 5 hours, it is taking more now, right? So it's again it's not direct saving time. Even if it is indirect saving time, that is useful. All right, thank you. Do we have time? No, 5 minutes. All right, someone would like to volunteer that if you can explain your routine, then probably I can identify what you can do using AI, or how you can automate the process, if someone is okay doing that, or everyone is hungry. Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
We are running an agency where we are creating the. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
We are running an agency where we are creating the ERP, customized ERP solutions for the small scale industries and medium scale industries.
Okay.
So at the time, what happens most of the time, we are ending up spending our time in creating the normal crowd operations,
Yeah.
usually called masters.
Yeah.
And we are having certain coding standards which we follow,
Yeah.
like repository services, etc.
Yeah.
So how can we optimize that thing and leverage the AI
Yeah.
to generate such kind of things automatically
Right.
with different kinds of fields, because it may have different fields of input box,
Yeah.
other drop downs or such kind of validations which
Right.
we usually use
Yeah.
in most of the projects.
Right.
So can you please share some insights about it, as you
Yes.
are also into the
Yes, I
IT
think, see,
agency?
again, I mean, not at a large scale, but we also do that. I mean, the first part I think that you do in your part is creating a database structure, or you have ready that. It's a fix, or you are just, keep on changing based on requirement. Based on requirement, right? Again, it's a very simple thing. Just take the requirement. First thing, just train the chatbot, and in that, see, again, when I am training a chatbot, you don't need to spend more. You just don't really need to actually having the infrastructure to do that. You can do that using the chat gpt or other provider apis also, right? There are also custom gpts also where you can directly, so it's just a $20 a month, right? But if that particular thing can do 6 lakhs or 12 lakhs salary person, then $20 is nothing compared to that, right? So yes, coming back to that, we have also done that, creating a database structure automatically. Right, based on the requirement, it understands everything and creates the database structure, database diagram, everything. Right, Chat GPT does provide that. Even if you are trying to do that directly, again, but for your structure, for your ideas, you have to feed information that what is the exact outcome that you want. But if you want to start, if you want to just take a brief, you can use directly that. Right, so that's the first thing. Second thing that you can do is, if the code base or language that you are using is fixed, right? Then you can have I think there are tools. Cursor AI is a tool. Using that, you just give one let's say template or everything that to upload to Cursor, and then ask that these are the requirements, this is the database architecture, and I want the outcome for that. It will give you all the files, all the connection, all the coding working, right? Obviously, if you want new design, then okay, there is also v0. You can use v0. You can just take a pictures from whatever the template providers are there. You feel okay, I like this section, I like this, just upload the pictures, write your requirements, it will give you the designs also. Upload that design to Cursor, ask Cursor and upload the database also, ask Cursor to build the whole application with you. It's not as, it will not go as easy as I'm saying, right? Obviously you need to refactor, recheck everything, but what you are doing in 10 days can be done in 2 days, right? It's not going to be done in an hour, so please don't go to me right there, right? Okay, anyone else would like to, do you have any questions? We have just last 2 minutes. Any questions? Nothing? Oh yes.
So let's say I want to automate my emails. So what your product does it integrate with Outlook and automate the emails, or your product directly automate the emails?
No, it does both in a way. So we have created API also.
Okay.
So that it just the email, once the email is received to particular inbox, use Zapier. Everywhere use Zapier. If you are not aware of that, use Zapier. Zapier can connect your 100 tools in one platform. Very costly. There are alternatives available. Make is also that, make.com, right? That's another alternative. But yes, Pabli also, right? Much cheaper than Zapier, right? But I mean, use that kind of tool that can, I mean, whatever that you think is possible there, right? So if you want to sync your Gmail, or let's say Google Drive, you want to create a folder, then add files into it. Then based on that file, if the file is added, you want to generate and copy for that, or email subject for that. Everything is done. And if you want to send an email, there is an API, so you can use Outlook, Zoho, whatever that you are using, and the email will be automatically shoot. The process setup requires time, but once it is done, right, it can just give you much more relaxed time. All right, thank you everyone.